On a day like this, you will find a yard on the island of Sodor very busy. Oliver, the Great Western engine, pulled up to Knapford Station with a goods train. Oh, hello, James. How are you doing today? Ew, why are you talking to me? Go away. Ew, you got an attitude problem. All I said was hello. You can go somewhere with that attitude. Just then, Thomas the Tank Engine pulled into the station. James, he said, what have I told you about being rude to others? You must respect everyone. But why must I respect a dirty old piece of scrap like Oliver? Oliver was in shock, but before he could say anything, James had already left the station. Later that day, Oliver was talking to Duck. Duck, why must they always be so rude? Well, thanks to Edward, of course, I now get respect from all the bigger engines, especially Gordon. You're right, said Oliver. Maybe a plan should be made for me to get respect. And then it happened. James was speeding down the line. He didn't notice that the points were not set to his line, and he derailed. James could feel everyone laughing at him. Dumbass. Both the Great Western engines witnessed what had happened. Hey, Oliver, said Duck, maybe you should do what I did with Gordon. Take his train for him. Oliver did as he was told, and he coupled up to the train. But these trucks were not familiar with Oliver, so they plotted against him. Oliver also made a mistake by not taking his most trustworthy brake van, Toad. But Oliver took no notice, and he chuffed away. Oliver was enjoying himself as he was sprinting through the countryside. He then reached Gordon's hill, and he surprisingly had no trouble getting up the hill. But then the truck's plan went into place, and the coupling snapped. They broke free and raced down the hill as fast as they could. Oliver raced back down the hill to get them. Meanwhile, Gordon was taking the express, but the trucks were on the same line. I'm gonna die! But the trucks were diverted onto a siding, and they went into a tunnel. Gordon could not believe his eyes. Meanwhile, Henry was helping to mend some track that was on the same line as the runaway. The runaway came out the tunnel, and it smashed into Henry. Poor Henry was covered in trucks. Oliver soon came to witness the mess. Trucks laid everywhere. But soon the mess was cleaned up. Look, Henry, I'm sorry that I caused your accident. It's okay, Oliver. You didn't know it was gonna happen. Now Henry and Gordon say hello to Oliver. But James just sniggers and keeps quiet. He still does not like Oliver, but that's another story.